Hello, my friends. Thank you for joining me. We're going to 1 Corinthians 10:13. This is 5 Minutes of Faith. So I'm talking about trials, and there's one thing we can all count on. We will have trials in this life. Jesus said, in this life, in this earth, you will have persecution. You will have tribulation. But be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. He's given us everything we need ourselves to be overcomers through Him. We need to know this, have a confidence in Him, and know that He will always be our rescuer. He will provide for us a way of escape out of this trial. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 10:13. He says, no temptation has overtaken you except such as is common to man. That word temptation could also represent trial. But God is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able, but with the temptation will also make the way of escape, that you may be able to bear it. You know, I hear a lot of people quote this as, God will not give you more than you can handle. And I don't like that, because that kind of denotes the idea that God is giving you this temptation. God is putting you into this trial, and He won't give you more than you can handle. And that's not the truth. No, that's the wrong perspective. God is not the one tempting you. He's not the one putting you into this trial. The devil is. Devil bad, God good. That's pretty easy, and that's what you got to remember. But while you may face a trial, God will not allow that trial to overtake you. He'll provide the way of escape, which is Him. He is our escape. His grace, His strength, His power, His Spirit, His Word. He has given us everything to face any trial in this earth. That's why there's no trial that could ever overtake us. It's not about how much you can handle, how much you can put up with. Listen, we've got to cling to and submit to God in the midst of our trials, because He is our source of strength. In James chapter 1, verse 12, he said, blessed is the man who endures temptation, for when he's been approved, he will receive the crown of life which the Lord has promised to those who love Him. You know, there's an enduring process, but endure doesn't mean just put up with it until it's over. No, it means you stand strong. It means you don't be shaken, you don't be moved. And there's a crown of life attached at the end of this. Verse 13, let no one say when he is tempted, I am tempted by the Lord, or by God, for God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does He Himself tempt anyone. But each one is tempted when he is drawn away by his own desires and enticed. Then when desire is conceived, it gives birth to sin, and sin, when it is full grown, brings forth death. You can't say God is putting me through this trial or temptation. No, because He's not the one doing it. Here's what happens. When we are encountering some sort of temptation, we take our eyes off of Jesus and we're drawn away. That's what it says. When He's first drawn away. Drawn away from what? Having our focus and our hearts and our attention on Jesus. See, the way of escape is the reverse that. The way of escape is to take our attention off the problem and put them back on Jesus. That's why we can endure any trial that we go through. As long as we keep our eyes on Jesus, you and I can endure and overcome any trial that you're going through. It's sort of like Peter on the water. Let's go to Matthew 14:29. Jesus was on the water. Peter said, if it's you, then bid me to come. He said, come. And when Peter had come down out of the boat, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. Verse 30. But when he saw that the wind was boisterous, he was afraid and began sinking, and he cried out, saying, Lord, save me. Notice Peter took his eyes off of Jesus and put them on the problem. The waves, the wind, the storm. He got his focus on that instead of Jesus, and that's when he began to sink. And notice what the way of escape was. He cried out, saying, Lord, save me. He sought help. This is our way of escape. Seek God. Pray. Maybe you need to fast. Man, you're going through some kind of trial, whatever it may be. You need to just get your focus on Him, knowing that He is faithful, and get your eyes off the problem. Get your mind and your heart off the problem and get them on Jesus. In verse 31, immediately Jesus stretched out His hand and caught him, and He said to him, O ye of little faith, why did you doubt? I don't want Jesus to have to say that to me because I took my eyes off of Him and put Him on the problem. I don't think that I feel like I should be able to say, oh, look at all the great faith I have. No, what little faith I have, I'm going to give it to God. And I'm going to give my attention to Him, and I'm going to trust in Him to deliver me and provide the way of escape through whatever trial I'm going through. How about you? Amen. Thank you for joining me. This has been another 5 minutes of faith.